Sometimes the best films are the ones where nothing much happens, and yet they mean everything. Here are my favorite slice of life movies to keep you company. Number 1. Tuck Everlasting. This is a romantic fantasy drama based on a 1975 book of the same name. Winnie Foster, a sheltered teenage girl longing for freedom, stumbles upon the kind and secretive Tuck family in the woods near her home. She falls in love with Jesse Tuck, a boy unlike any she's ever met, and learns of the family's extraordinary immortality. Faced with life-altering choices, Winnie must decide whether to embrace her old life or stay with the Tucks forever. The soundtrack lives rent-free in my head. It's gorgeous. I love it. I must have watched it around the same time I first watched Hocus Pocus, because the two guys in these two movies wearing a white chemise running in the woods are the same person in my memories. And even now, if I think about it, I cannot distinguish them. But this movie is charming, innocent, and it doesn't lack a little bit of tension at some point to allow the plot to develop, but it's just a pleasure to watch and to immerse yourself in for a while. Number 2. Little Forest. This is a South Korean drama from 2018, and it's based on a popular manga series of the same name, written and illustrated by Daisuke Igarashi. A girl, weary of her challenging city life, returns to her hometown in the countryside. Surrounded by nature, good food, and the support of old friends, she begins to heal and rediscover peace. Her journey is one of finding solace and meaning in a simpler way of life. There's another adaptation of the same manga, which is a 4-hour-long Japanese movie divided into two and released in 2014. And actually, when I was looking for the title and details of this movie, I was a bit confused because I thought I had watched the Japanese one, but instead I had watched the Korean one. So I still have the chance to enjoy 2 more movies around the same themes, and this is simply a dream life in which the main character is living the seasons to the fullest. And viewers are invited into the Korean countryside, and we can really enjoy and perceive the effort and satisfaction that come from growing, harvesting, and preparing your own food. It's a movie in which truly the simple acts, the daily tasks, and the changing of seasons are the main plot. Number 3. The Secret of Roan, Inish. This is an independent fantasy adventure based on the 1957 novel Secret of the Roan More Scary by Rosalie K. Fry. Fiona, a young Irish girl with a mysterious family history, moves to a small fishing village to live with her grandparents. There, she uncovers tales of Selkies, mythical beings that shift between seal and human form, and begins to connect them to her own ancestors. On the island of Roan Inish, she discovers clues that may lead her to her long-missing brother. I found this film when I was looking for movies set in Ireland to watch on St. Patrick's Day. And this is perfect if you're into fairy tales, but not necessarily in a high fantasy setting. And we can say that it's portraying old wives' tales, as well as some local history and traditions. Number 4. The Hedgehog. This is a French drama, and it's loosely based on the novel The Elegance of the Hedgehog by Muriel Barbery. A precocious 11-year-old girl, while secretly planning to end her life, forms unexpected friendships with her building's reclusive concierge and a kind new neighbor. As she gets to know them, she discovers hidden depths and kindness in their lives. These connections change her perspective and offer her a new sense of hope. This movie needs a trigger warning in the premise of the story itself, but the rest of the movie is truly delicate and shows normal human beings living simple lives. We really observe their daily lives, but also learn important lessons at the same time. Number 5. The Secret Garden. This is a fantasy drama, and I don't know if I'm recommending you the 1993 or the 2020 adaptation. You choose. And it's based on the 1911 novel of the same name. Mary Lennox, a recently orphaned girl is sent to live with her uncle in a secluded English mansion. While exploring, she discovers a hidden, neglected garden and a cousin she never knew existed. Together they work to restore the garden, transforming their lives in the process. I believe this is a well-known story, and people return to it over and over again because it feels like a hug, and perhaps is so beloved because it allows us to see the world through innocent eyes again. We can see the same marvel and even the magic hidden in the world through these children's eyes. Number 6. Driving Miss Daisy. This is a comedy drama based on a 1987 play. An elderly Jewish widow reluctantly accepts her son's decision to hire an African-American chauffeur after she can no longer drive. Even though the relationship starts with tension, it grows into a deep friendship over time. Their bond transcends societal norms, breaking through racial and social barriers. Oh, how much I love this movie. It's heartwarming, but it makes me cry every single time. And I mean sobbing, ugly crying. It's like a dagger in the stomach. But this is an absolute classic for me. If you, for some reason, missed it, you must watch it. Number 7. Amélie. This is a romantic comedy from 2001. Amélie, a lonely young waitress in Paris, decides to bring happiness to the lives of those around her through small, thoughtful acts. As she spreads joy, she discovers love and a deeper connection to the world. Her kindness transforms not only others, but also herself. This is contemporary yet whimsical. I watched it many times when I was younger, but it's been a while since the last time I watched it. And this is all about the atmosphere, the vibe, the colors, the sounds, which are unique, unmatched. I feel like Amélie belongs to its own category as a movie. What do you think? Number 8. The Scent of Green Papaya. This is a French-Vietnamese drama from 1993 that you can find on Mubi and Apple TV+. In 1950s Saigon, a young servant girl works for a wealthy but troubled family, quietly observing their changing fortunes. Years later, she becomes employed by a family friend, pianist, as their bond deepens despite his existing relationship. Through her journey, she experiences love, longing, and the quiet beauty of everyday life. When I watched this movie, I loved seeing those daily tasks performed by servants, especially how they prepared food and how their lives looked like compared to this wealthy family that employed them. This movie is not as simple and wholesome as others on this list because it still deals with tough themes, yet you will not be able to stop looking at it as it's so beautiful and detailed. Number 9. I Capture the Castle. This is a British romantic comedy based on the 1948 novel of the same name. In 1930s England, a once famous author and his eccentric family struggled to survive in a crumbling castle. Their fortunes seemed to change when two wealthy American brothers moved nearby, and the eldest daughter schemes to marry one of them. Amid the chaos, the youngest daughter observes the unfolding drama and discovers her own feelings. I will make a video about period dramas specifically, but I found this movie last year and I thought it was a cute little story. Yes, it's a romance, but it's also a depiction of an unusual family living in a castle, no less. And I mean, anything said in English countryside is cozy and feels good to watch for me. Number 10. Maudie. This is a biographical drama about the life of folk artist Maud Lewis, who painted in Nova Scotia. Maud, a woman with arthritis, works as a housekeeper in Nova Scotia while pursuing her passion for painting. She forms an unlikely romance with Everett Lewis, a reclusive fishmonger. Over time, Maud becomes a beloved local artist, known for her distinctive folk art. This movie manages to be delicate while dealing with intense themes. I think it's a love letter to artists, but also to people with disabilities. I had never heard the story of this artist before watching the movie, and I loved it. And then you have my top 10 slice of life, wholesome, low stakes, understated movies that I think are worth watching, especially if you're looking for a certain vibe and something comforting to watch. If you think about this type of movie, what comes to mind? What would you recommend? Please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.